Ryan, I'm sure you're aware that we've got an England versus Scotland Victory Shield game down at Huish Park in November, and I gather you've got a little bit of history in the competition.
Yeah, I've heard about it, and I'm very excited. Hopefully I can stick around and get involved with it as much as I can, like I said to yourself. But yeah, in terms of my experience, I was lucky enough to represent my country, and it was a big part of my career and growing up, And fortunately, I scored the winner as such. It come off my shoulder, but I'll take them all.
But that was in what, 2011, was it?
It would have been, maybe 2010 to 2011. I think that was the season.
So you would have been under 16 at that point in your career, and obviously as a young footballer coming through the ranks. What did it feel like to suddenly find you were going to be representing England in a Victory Shield game against Scotland?
It was surreal actually, because for me I didn't start playing after injury for a pro club until I was 15, and then obviously later that year I went to the training camp and I was away of England, so it all comes so fast, and with it being on live TV, it was just for my family to be able to watch, because it was quite far away. It was just unbelievable. So it came like that, and obviously it was just such a buzz. And nicking the goal, even now I'm struggling for words to describe the feeling. Obviously, I'm just looking, it's taking me back as we speak.
Where was the game played?
It was played at Morecambe's Stadium.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, which it was a cold evening. I remember that, but we got ourselves going.
Did you go out and get any shrimps before you started?
No shrimps.
But who else was in the team?
We had a few. I'm sure Luke Shaw played that night. I played alongside Leo Chambers at the back. He was a good lad. Austin Littman, I could name a few.
Go on then.
Oh no. Devante Cole, who's on loan at Barnsley at the moment.
Yeah.
I've got some, and then obviously Joe Rothwell, Ben Pearson, I think were involved in those games. I don't think Will Hughes was at Derby, he came into it later. And Chris Long, Everton. Sorry, they're taking me back a year. It's been 3 years
so,
ago.
when you look at, I did a piece for the programme, and when you look at some of the names that have come through that started, if you like, their international career against Scotland, Wayne Rooney, Ryan Giggs, Kenny Dalglish, George Graham, Lou Macari, the names go on. It's just Alan Shearer, fantastic. Does it sort of give you that lift to think, well, if they can do it, then I can do it? Yeah,
of course, it shows you that it is possible, but without putting a dim on it, you are only 15, 16, and I think there's so much more to do, and I've realised that now. Obviously at the time I took it as a reward, and I loved it. But I've named some of the players like Luke Shaw. Look at where they are now. But I think there's all different walks of life and different career paths. But I think, listen, I'm not knocking it. It was an unbelievable experience. But I think as long as the lads that do play, they've realised that it's just the foundation, and they should enjoy it. Enjoy it at that age. It was a lot of pressure at the time, but it was an unbelievable experience, and I really did enjoy it.
Were you able to sort of relate to because there's always loads of school kids go to these sort of games. Were you able to relate to them, and did that add to the buzz in the fact that you're sort of giving your peers a real insight into football?
Yeah, of course, because obviously I've started a game. Like you said, a lot of the school kids go, and they're of a similar age, and it was the kind of the big step, obviously being in a stadium at the time. I know it sounds silly, but when you're 15, 16, you haven't played in a lot, you played in front of a few thousand, you're on TV, so it all comes at once, and it is, once you can get over the nerves, it's an unbelievable experience.
I take it you're going to be here on the 20th?
Oh yeah, of course, I'll be coming down to watch that, it'll be a really good experience.
Will you be talking to any of the players, or was that sort of out of order?
I don't really know a lot, unless, I don't think there's any from Crystal Palace going, so not that I know of, so I don't really know a lot of the younger players. Obviously, I know.
But taking your career on from that point, were you signed up with Crystal Palace at that point anyway, or not?
I was signed till 16, and then I got scholarship forms, and then I was done a year's scholar, and then signed a professional contract.
Oh, right.
So that all happened whilst I went through the age groups with England. So.
And how much do you think? The Victory Shield game and the other games that you played helped in getting you that contract?
Yeah, I think it propelled my career, because obviously as soon as I accomplished that, you are classed as the top players in your age group in the country. So obviously Palace took that into account, and they pushed me. Thankfully, I started playing youth team a lot more above my age, and I think that really helped me develop, physically and mentally with the pressure.
You've always been tall, obviously. Were you still that tall when you played for that?
I was tall at that age, but I did shoot up late. That was just as I was shooting up, so I had a lot of knee problems, and Palace stuck with me when I was 14, 15, like I said, I had the injuries, but I had the odd Oscar Slatters in the knees. That was where I did take a rapid growth spurt.